The news, good evening. The project to extend the commercial port is expected to get off the ground soon after a delay of 5 years. The Minister for Transport, Anthony Derjak, explained that this was possible after a meeting this morning with a high-level technical team from Abu Dhabi. Their visit to the Seychelles follows that made to Abu Dhabi by President Wavell Ramkalawan in December, where he requested assistance for the project. Works to extend the commercial port was expected to begin this year with the assistance from the World Bank and the European Union, but Minister Derjak said more funding was needed to cater for the integrated development of both the commercial and fishing ports with all the supporting facilities.
We know there was a project which was handed over in 2015-16 to the government of Seychelles, but we're looking how to build on it. On top of that, the project was for 34 million euro extension of Port Victoria in its commercial port aspects, but when you look at the financing, it actually come to 62 million euro, and then we need to deepen the channels to the port, which might take another 19.5 million euros. So we have to look at the financial part, we have to look at the technical part, and Abu Dhabi is there to advise and to help the government of Seychelles.
The Seychelles Islands Foundation has reported that one of its staff travelling to Aldabra yesterday has tested positive for COVID-19. SIF's CEO, Frauke Fleischer-Dogle, said this is in spite of all its staff having been tested on the morning of Friday the 15th of January, 2 days ahead of their flight and in line with the public health authorities' procedures. Mrs. Fleischer-Dogle said upon receiving this information, all necessary measures and steps have been taken and procedures are in place on Aldabra to mitigate the risks as well as ensure the health and safety of all staff on the atoll. The United Seychelles Party has asked the government to lock down the country for at least 2 weeks to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. During a press conference this morning, the National Executive Committee member, Dr. Patrick Emini, added that during the 2-week period, the vaccination program should be intensified to reach around 70% of the population. The United Seychelles called a press conference to express its concerns with the COVID pandemic situation in the country and to react to latest decisions taken by the government, especially concerning opening the country to the rest of the world. Dr. Emini says that such a decision exposes the population to a greater risk of catching the virus. The Minister for Education, Dr. Justin Valentin, officially declared today as the beginning of the 2021 school year. This was through a symbolic virtual message, as he stated that this school year will have to start through virtual classes. To note that today was supposed to be the start of the new school year, whereby students from all state schools were supposed to physically go back to school, but due to the COVID-19 restrictions, they must remain at home.
May I take this opportunity to commend the support of all our friends and partners who are doing their best to ensure that education reaches all students despite the tough time. Thank you for sharing this vision of access to quality education, and thank you for touching the life of students in this country. Thank you everybody who in one way or another are contributing in the various programs of this week. My dear listeners, with these few words, I have the utmost pleasure to launch the 2021 school academic year and kickstart the series of programs developed for the 2 coming weeks while we engage together in a virtual and distance mode.
And the private schools in Seychelles are assuring parents that they are putting in place systems for e-learning and ask for their continued support.
I would like to reassure everybody that our schools are putting in place measures to provide remote learning and to try and reduce any disruptions in the learning. So we're trying to keep this to a minimum as much as possible. Our schools are adopting innovative methods such as the use of Google Classroom, Zoom, Google Meet to try and complement independent learning during these very difficult times. Using these methods will undoubtedly present new challenges to students, but also for parents as well. But again, I would like to reassure parents that our schools are ready to face these challenges and we are there to support you.
Members of the public who want to follow up on the status of their housing or land application, or even place a new application with the Ministry of Lands and Housing, are encouraged to do so online. In view of the restrictions on movement with regards to the COVID pandemic, the offices of the ministry remain closed to the public while most of the employees are working from home. However, the Director General for Human Resources and Administration, Ms. Amanda Denis, says that there are certain limitations with regards to the services that can be offered. She added that the ministry is also taking the opportunity to review its internal standard of operation procedures and customer services procedures in order to offer a better service to customers when the ministry resumes its operations.
Services that entails close contact with the public. For the time being, they are not operational. But to ensure that there is contact with the public, the ministry is encouraging all public to establish contact with our members of staff through the Facebook page and our email customerservice@mlh.gov.sc. There are staff attending to the Facebook page and customer service email on a daily basis, and whatever public ask or whatever information they are asking, these are relayed on or passed on to staff so that they can attend to the queries.
And with this, we end this news summary. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant evening. Take care of yourself and stay safe.